Our batch is B6 and our experiments are Darlington Cascade and Cascade amplifiers. We are going to find the frequency response and the bandwidth gain of the amplifiers. My team members are these numbers. In this video, we are going to see about the Cascade amplifier. Generally, the Cascade amplifier is a combination of common base and common emitter amplifiers. These amplifiers are used to increase the bandwidth and the output impedance of the amplifiers. The gain of this cascade amplifier is the same as similar to us the common emitter amplifier. And here the collector current from the common emitter amplifier goes towards the emitter of the common base amplifier. The gain of the common base amplifier does not affect the gain of the common emitter amplifier. So the gain of the cascade amplifier is similar to us the common emitter amplifier. We are going to see this experiment in the simulation. And the aim of our cascade amplifier experiment is to construct a cascade amplifier and to draw its frequency and calculate the bandwidth and mid gain of a cascade amplifier. These are the equipments required for our experiments. We are using the Multisim 14.2 software to use this experiment. Generally, the cascade amplifier consists of two amplifiers. One is common base configuration and a common emitter configuration. This graph represents the frequency response of the cascade amplifier. Generally, the gain constantly increases and goes to constant, and after a certain time, this gain is decreasing again. This mid-frequency range is called the bandwidth of the cascade amplifier. The design of the cascade amplifier is shown here, and next we are going to simulate this cascade amplifier in the Multisim software.
I have used two transistors called Q1 and Q2, which is BC547A, and the emitter of the Q1 is connected with the collector of the Q2, and the collector of the Q1 is connected with the resistor R2, which is 1 kilo ohm, and R1 and R2 are connected parallel, whereas R1 is 33 kilo ohm and R2 is 1 kilo ohm, and both are connected with the power supply. I have given 12 volt VCC for the entire circuit diagram, and R1, R3, R4 are connected parallel, which I have used 22 kilo ohm and 12 kilo ohm as R3 and R4, and the base of the Q1 is connected with the C2, which is 1 microfarad, and the negative of the capacitor C2 is connected with the ground, whereas Q2 of the base is also connected with the C1, which is 1 microfarad, but that is connected, the negative side of the C1 is connected with the positive of the function generator. Usually function generator is used to produce or to change the frequencies, whereas the variations we can see in the CRO, and the negative of the function generator is connected with the ground. I have used 1 kilohertz as the frequency function generator. The emitter of the Q2 is connected with the R5, which is 680 ohm resistor, and the negative is connected with the ground. The capacitor C4 2.2 microfarad is connected parallel with the R5, and between Q1 and R2 there is the R3, which is 1 microfarad, and that is also connected with the positive of the R6, which is 1 kilo ohm, and the negative is connected with the ground. So this is the circuit diagram for the cascade amplifier. Given the run option, like I'm getting the wave like this. Now I'm going to check the axis. Always the x-axis must be in linear form, so that the graph varies, and the y-axis must be in decibel. So this is the exact curve of the cascade amplifier. Now let me tell you about how to calculate the gain and bandwidth. So this is the final curve which I got, and for this I'm going to show you the bandwidth and gain. So this is the 2 points where this is considered as F1 and F2. Between this range only I'm going to calculate the bandwidth. Here bandwidth is nothing but X2, which is 140.6403 hertz. So now I'm going to calculate the gain. Gain must be always below 20. So I have kept 15.8063 mu hertz. So for this gain, I'm getting the bandwidth of 140.643 megahertz.